Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he fumbled that. Really sad about it. He incompetently imposed tariffs unconstitutionally amounting to refund corporations $1 billion. And now, but then immediately reinstituted them through executive orders temporary, the tariffs are going to be abolished as they previously were abolished. I just don't think there's enough evidence that this man, this kid, was meaning in his life, suicidal, wanted to go on a drinking and explore it. What that was for, he assassinated him, it's a bad thing. Has just been momentum. It's just a big political moment in history, right? But obviously, an assassination of Donald Trump would be an incredibly short moment. That's undeniable. But I'm just saying, like, we just have so much limited evidence on whether it wasn't otherwise. It doesn't seem to be. There's almost no evidence because how was he able to bring that ladder as far as he brought it, set it up, be up there? People are like, hey, there's a shooter up there. Everybody was saying that. Literally right on top of the building, when all of the, no big deal. You see the footage of the Secret Service agents look at him again, puts up again, tries to stop, and definitely stop. It almost feels a little too premeditated. It feels like our government allowed them to do it. That's why,
I have it all. It was up completely. It wasn't compare. Like it was really well recently I think we kind of all agree for the most part that Trump is not necessarily the most accomplished but he definitely is the most effective. One of the most effective if we do that based on rhetoric, some of the competition in the first term, the fact that we can't even set up for last tweet, last Twitter. I think that's kind of the distinction.
You know, after hearing everything here, in recent sensitive it's naturally sitting across as we see the world differently. You realize pretty quickly we're often not even starting from the same position. And that's not what I mean. It's just kind of a media world. We realize people are information to a total and I know that happened hundreds of years without context, getting the full picture and having the root and navigate it as an important which is why I absolutely appreciate the Brown News is doing this. Their mission is to provide transparency in the current media landscape, and we want to take a look at for sponsoring today's video. Brown News is an action website providing articles from over 50,000 sources worldwide, all in one place. It organizes information so you can easily compare how different outlets frame the same story to suit using. It also gives you content that keeps out of bias, reliability, and even confusion, because more often than not, the larger institutions of the country is paying these books. Let me show you some of them. Going back to the average this is 500 stories. If you scroll down, you can see all the different what's really interesting is comparing how two outlets place the things in effect. One headline focuses more on the suspect's identity and motive, while another uses more urgent language, like would-be attack, emphasizing the severity of the situation. Now, neither is technically wrong, but depending on which headline you see first, you could walk away with a completely different impression. Another cool feature is the blind spot feed. It surfaces stories that are getting major attention on one side of the political spectrum, but are barely being covered. It's often stories that are being buried that create the most impact, and Brown News doesn't allow that feature. Brown News has even been recognized by the Nobel Peace as an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your world. And honestly, tools like this feel more important than ever, not just for journalism, but for everyday conversations. So Brown News is completely fundamental. No algorithm, no corporate advice, just the full picture. We've partnered with Brown News to get you the same unlimited access plan as we use. Go to brownnews.com/Jubilee for 40%. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description. Thanks again to Ground News for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
Will you teach us that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't the picture. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did we come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor, making people better, and I do make people better, make people a lot better.
No longer sees himself as the president, but as a godlike figure above criticism.
So what, have you studied in the prisoner situation to get this attention? Okay, yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely seen himself as a godlike figure, even for saying a god. If he was like, really specific things. Very sure it's actually illegal. But anyway, I mean, and I believe Trump actively does not see himself as capable of being held accountable or being criticized because he does. Oh, he's going to go to court. There's money.
He was trying to report the law. He's convicted of certain stuff.
Yeah, but what
like being criticized. What do you mean punishment?
Well, you can just get jail. He didn't go to jail.
I said they tried to throw him in jail.
No,
he was convicted. He was convicted. His conviction that would seem to me like the kind of one criticism. He was held accountable as the highest legal standard. It's not to be realized. You're the president of the United States. It comes with certain immunities, rights, and privileges.
It shouldn't. He should be.
The 34, do you agree that the 34 counts were extended? The law that they used to actually charge him for the 34 counts were, it was extended to such a degree. Even the governor of New York had to say, hey, we're not going to sue anybody else for this. Just so you guys know, she recognized that they went too far. So, I mean, do you at least recognize that? Do you recognize that it's law?
He's convicted of 34.
Of business fraud related to the fact that he paid money to a stripper. That's not a foreign land.
34 checks.
He was given unconditional discharge.
The point of the matter.
Don't
The point of the matter is that there was no accountability in that there was no support. But I just want to circle back. Wait. Just let me finish. I want to circle back to this point. I think it shows how little Trump knows of the intelligence of his own followers to insinuate that he believed he was a doctor in that photo. And I think it goes to show you that he does think of himself above accountability because he won't admit that obviously it was depicting him as Jesus in that photo. That's obviously what it was. And any person with a reasonable understanding of the situation.
Your point implodes when you realize that most people saw it for what it was. He said that, and then he eventually deleted it. So there is
right.
Accountability
is admitting when you're wrong. He didn't admit he was wrong.
Literally deleting isn't accountability.
So I'm actually not if you admit you were wrong. Don't actually admit fault. So I'm actually one of the few. Well, I lean to the right. Thank God I call myself popular. I am one of the few commentators I know that immediately criticized Trump for this. The White House effort to post this was fired. I said that he knew what he was doing, thinking that he. First of all, you can pick yourself as my Lord and Savior. You can go.
Thank you.
However, he did delete the post. I don't like that he didn't just say, I knew what I was doing. I don't like that. But he said it was, wait a minute. I was done. To be fair, he's done. I think I'm going to make it into heaven. And I told you to post on TikTok that was the one thing you triggered him on. He was going to make it to heaven. So, I mean, he said only 500,000 followers. Let me put my 4 years back. Let's just be clear. Let's just be clear. He said only the fake news media could describe that as him depicting himself as Jesus. So according to Donald Trump, you two are fake news media, according to what he just said.
Again, he's engaging in political speech. I think engaging in political speech, I think it's just, for lack of a better word, it's a dumb-hearted boomerang that he thought was going to be. Okay, then let's use a more serious example. When the United States struck a girls' school in the mouth of Iran through a Tomahawk missile, he suggested that wasn't the United States. In fact, a lot of it. So he ad hoc
tried to rationalize it, said, well, it probably wasn't us. And then now, when preliminary U.S. military investigations have shown that it was in fact a U.S. missile, has the United States admitted fault and said, hey, we did strike a girls' school in the not Iran and kill over 100 children? No. So he's above accountability when it comes to pulling these, and he's above accountability when it comes to war.
Again, you keep bringing up political speech. Just bring up an actual concrete, tangible example.
Exactly.
No. Because political speech is one thing. If you bring up political speech and rhetoric, again, let me say,
Just got a couple of questions for you.
So, you keep bringing up political speech. People are going to say different things that don't necessarily apply to reality. You have Bill Clinton saying, depends on what the meaning of the word is. It goes both ways. Political speech is often manipulated. Let me finish. In order to be able to transmit a narrative, let's talk about accountability. So we mentioned court cases. Has there been any other president in the history of this country that spent $600 million in lawsuits to defend themselves?
No further questions. Thanks so much.
He's also done extraordinary.
That sounds like his fault.
Crimes.
Yeah.
Again, 34. We talked about 34 felonies. You admitted how it was stretched beyond belief.
I want to focus on that point because I don't understand. Is that a pro? Like what?
No, I'm just saying there is accountability. I'm saying that there is. When he's having to defend himself, especially for a case.
For a bullshit case.
Exactly.
You can forget there were 3 other cases that he never even had to see a trial for. There was a case in Georgia he never had to see a trial for. There was a case in D.C. and then I believe there was one other one.
They were all media.
That was the one in New York, and I believe that was the weakest one relative to like I think obviously like doing. If she did that, then I would agree with that. But
she actually did it. I mean, their Democrat operatives on the record. She didn't get sued for it. It was this last election.
Okay,
she was going around calling for electors.
Sir, can you provide the details?
You don't even know what you're bringing up.
Here's the thing: I'm trying to ask for details, and you're incapable of giving me the details on the matter.
I just gave you the details.
No,
she made calls similar to Trump.
What is similar?
Asking for
what were the specific demands? I just tried to fact check what we were talking about.
Yes.
There's no objective evidence at this time that Kamala Harris attempted that. However, wait a minute. However, at the same time, I'm only gonna just say this because we've gotten so far off the top of the discussion. This is the same man that blatantly said on board Air Force One, he doesn't think he's going to make it in the Navy. No person that thinks they're actually a godlike figure would be humble enough, and yes, I'll use it in this context, to admit that they don't know whether or not they're going to make it upstairs to the pearly gates. I mean, so I don't think that Trump believes he's a godlike figure.
He just posted himself as Jesus as what? A joke?
No, I mean, it wasn't. He called it. He can call it what he wants.
Do you think he sincerely believes he thought it depicted him as a doctor?
Do I believe that he sincerely thought? I think that's what he said.
But so you agree that
don't sincerely believe.
There's no way. I don't.
He posted a picture of himself.
That doesn't.
And you think he does? Is Jesus a godlike figure with God Almighty? Okay, then why would someone who doesn't think of himself as a godlike figure depict himself as a godlike figure?
Y'all are listening to what I'm saying. I really don't.
No, we're listening. We just disagree.
Disagree with what? All right. If Trump thinks he's a godlike figure, then why doesn't he call himself a king? Because he's on the record saying, "I'm not a king."
He's also depicted himself.
To piss off the radical left, which y'all fall for that shit every time.
Stop defending this man.
I'm not defending him. I've already said that. I said that was blasphemous. But him posing himself as a king is to piss guys like you off. Y'all eat it up every time.
It didn't though. It just makes him look stupid.
I feel
Obviously, y'all
bad
have
because the mental gymnastics you have to perform.
I don't think Donald Trump is it's beyond belief.
You know,
Any reasonable person. When you talk about mental gymnastics, I think the left stretches the truth and just to conclusion more than we do.
I'm sure you do.
I'm looking at the evidence and I'm making a valid conclusion. If a man depicts himself as Jesus, he thinks he is a godlike figure.
He also deleted it. He thought it was a godlike figure. He would have kept it up.
He deleted it because his base got
and
mad
fired
at
the
him.
staffer, by the way, that posted it.
He deleted it because his base got mad.
He posted it in the video we just
He
watched.
did. He also just lied.
Trump said he posted it. All of his tweets. You can go back and look at this on camera.
So he lied about posting it.
And if you go back, not necessarily. Okay, if you go back and look at the 2024 election,
He's
you
still
can
trying
see
to
him on his plane.
I'm trying to remember. I remember this.
No, this is not a joke. You can watch Trump on his plane watching the election night, and he's talking. There is someone standing next to him typing up what he's saying on Truth Social. So yes, he's posting it via his account, but there is still a staff member typing up what he's saying and posting it. He fired the staff member
on his true social. Wait, okay,
Also, wait.
let me
do
speak.
you think
Wait.
any of the posts are him? Like, what percentage of the posts are the staffers versus him? Like, how are we discerning that?
Once again,
Because I'm just going based on the evidence, and the evidence he just said.
if you're claiming that a staffer posted it and he didn't see it, that's an even worse issue. Then literally not what I said at all. Okay, so if he did sign off on it, then even if the staffer was the one to press the button, he posted it
And he
signed off on it.
Correct. And he deleted it.
He deleted it.
Fired the staffer that posted it.
And he called you and my friend
He didn't call
over
me
here.
anything.
He called you both fake news.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He said only the fake news media could come up with the idea that it was depicting him as Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm not a member of CNN, Fox News, ABC, MSNBC, so I'm not fake news. I'm just a podcaster.
Exactly.
Okay, well
but
then you're a
just-
fake podcaster, I guess. Dude, he literally said anyone who said this about me is fake news, which would include you.
That's political speech.
Again, yeah.
I really don't.
Well, it's bad political speech. It's
Trump's
like
full of
advice
bad
about
political
speech.
speech.
So then what the f are we talking about right now?
I
This
already
is
said he's just not a
blasphemous
godlike
as
figure.
fuck.
That's all I said it was blasphemous.
Okay, but we agree that he's not a godlike figure, but I think that he sees himself as a godlike figure. Because no one who doesn't see, like anyone who sees himself as a godlike figure would post themselves as God. That's what he did. He didn't sound afraid of it, but
I didn't say he said he openly admitted he doesn't know if he's making it into heaven.
okay, but he still posted himself as a godlike figure. If someone depicts themselves as a godlike figure, they see themselves as a godlike figure. I think it's a very
Thank God he
simple
took it down. Thank God he took it down. And whether or not he gets into heaven has nothing to do with anybody sitting at the.
Well, he's certainly not now that he posted himself as Jesus.
Well, you know,
I'd
you
imagine
must
God would
not
not
have read the Bible. Jesus
super
did say all
happy.
manner of sin and blasphemy would be forgiven to those that repent. So I don't know that you can.
Well, he didn't
When did he
repent.
say? He did.
How do you know? Because he literally said it. How do you know what's going on in his private life between him and God? So don't make a statement like that.
Oh my
That's
God.
bullshit.
Hey, guys, I have an update. Did not find it. I was wrong.
Oh my
That's all right. I mean, look at it.
Props on you. Okay, so
I was looking for it. I misremembered it.
God.
She was doing some phone banking stuff,
I mean,
and I guess.
she was drunk the night of the election anyway, so
She
God knows
was,
what.
You know, honestly, I would be too. Well, in summary, Kamala did not try and rig the election.
Why
However,
are we bringing
no,
this
I'm
back?
playing. But in summary, I think we can both agree that posting yourself and depicting yourself as Jesus is openly blasphemous. However, I think we do disagree on whether or not that constitutes Trump being or seeing himself as a godlike figure. But regardless, I think it's inappropriate for any president or really anyone at all to post themselves in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
I'm going to work with Ron. How long are you willing to wait until you get a
Well, don't
unified
rush me.
response?
Don't rush me. We have no pressure. It's only guys like you with a question like that go, what's your time? We've been doing it for 5.5 weeks.
8 weeks that the U.S. now has been involved with Iran. You had initially said it would be 4 to 6
Well,
weeks.
I
and it
hope
would be
that, but I
over.
also took a little break. I gave them a break. I thought it would take 4 to 6 weeks, and I was right. Because at the end of 6 weeks, at the end of 4 weeks, their military was decimated. But now what I'm doing, I can't tell you that. I don't want to put that kind of a timetable on it, but it'll go pretty quickly. I'm not under any pressure whatsoever. We've never had so much ammunition. Our ships are loaded. I'm not asking anybody for more time.
If you need more time, does that mean Americans should anticipate spending more on gasoline for the foreseeable
For a
future?
little while. And you know what they get for that? You know what they get for that? Iran without a nuclear weapon that's going to try and blow up one of our cities or blow up the entire Middle East. I want to take my time. We have plenty of time. And I want to get a great deal. I want to get a deal where our nation and the world is safe from lunatics with nuclear weapons.
With no end in sight, the Iran war is shaping up to be a major foreign policy disaster for Trump.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the worst foreign policy disasters by a U.S.-American president in the 21st century. In fact, I think it actually repositions a lot of geopolitical players. And Iran, unless the United States decides to escalate in this situation, is going to come out stronger with their ability to exercise leverage over the Strait of Hormuz. The regime is more hardline. They're certainly profiting off of the Strait of Hormuz and oil revenue. But yeah.
Now, a lot of what you're saying is just speculative. Honestly, I think that the biggest blunder was declaring victory in George W. Bush declaring victory, and then another 10, 15 years of war after that. Afghanistan and Iraq, 20 years. That to me is a pretty big blunder. But I would go as far to say that this isn't going to be one of the highlights of his administration. He's done good things, but I oppose the war. I think it's unnecessary. I think that the motivations to get into the war were revealed by Tom Cotton, Speaker Johnson, and Marco Rubio. There's a Department of State memo that was released on the 21st that says that we literally got into this war to defend Israel. And whenever there's a war that we engage in, I think I don't know if it's every politician, but I think most politicians just seem to forget what the cost of American blood is. You're getting